Good afternoon.
Thank you.
We will not be taking roll call. Oh, okay, there, we do have a quorum. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and start the meeting. It is approximately 6:01, and we are Monday, April 28th, 2025. I call this meeting to order. Roll call. I'm sorry, I apologize. Can we please stand? We're gonna go ahead and do a prayer. Ms. Ramos and Judge, can you please, the Pledge of Allegiance?
Heavenly Father, we thank you for gathering us here today. We ask for your wisdom and guidance as we discuss and make decisions. Help us to work together in unity and to always act in ways that are pleasing to you. In your name we pray, amen. Amen.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Ramos and Judge Martinez. We are going to go ahead and roll call, please. Ms. Ramos?
Thank you, sir. Esteban Rangel.
Present.
Ernestina Tita Tantubela. Here. Jackie Leven Ramos, present. Cindy Liendo, absent. She's running late. Erica Benavides Garcia. Here. Present. Mercurio Martinez Jr.
Present.
Adriana Alexander. Present. Lizzie Newsom. Present. Karina Elizondo. Absent, but not notified.
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you.
You have a quorum, sir.
Thank you. Just for the record, if we're gonna use the mics, please turn them on. Number 3, public testimony? No?
No
None.
public testimony, sir.
Okay. Item number 4, recognitions and introductions by Mr. Villarreal. We have item 4A and 4B. Laredo College Leap Powers students participation at the National Conference on Undergrad Research, NCUR 2025, and introduction of personnel and actions.
Thank you. Good evening, Board President Rangel, esteemed members of the Board of Trustees, Dr. Ramirez, Vice Presidents, faculty, staff, and distinguished guests. My name is Ruben Villarreal, Public Information Officer for Laredo College, and it is my privilege to present today's recognitions and introduce new hires and acknowledge employees who were recently promoted. We begin with agenda item 4A, Laredo College Leaps Power Students Participation at the National Conference on Undergraduate Research 2025. It is my privilege today to recognize 6 outstanding students from the Laredo College Leaps Power program who recently achieved a significant academic milestone. From April 7th through the 9th, these students had the distinct honor of presenting their undergraduate research projects at the 2025 National Conference on Undergraduate Research held in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. NCUR is among the most prestigious undergraduate research conferences in the nation, drawing participation from top institutions across the country. These students not only represented our institution with professionalism and pride, but also demonstrated the exceptional talent, dedication, and intellectual curiosity that Laredo College and the Leaps Power program are proud to foster. As part of their research journey, each student completed city training and successfully navigated the institutional review board process to ensure their projects met rigorous ethical standards. They also worked closely with dedicated faculty mentors, refining their methodologies and strengthening the overall impact of their work. So we are honored to acknowledge the following students for their remarkable achievements. Andres Cabello, a sophomore in electrical engineering. Experimental study of photocatalysis for degradation of common agricultural pesticides. Sierra Cano, a sophomore in biology. Her presentation was the potential and functionality of 3D printed organs for transplant recipients. Carolina Estrella, a sophomore in dental. Her presentation was the role of neuroscience and data analytics in understanding the impact of beverage advertising on perceptions of women. Alexis Guajardo, a sophomore in nursing. This presentation was Cross-Border STEM Education, evaluating the role of technology in supporting border-residing students in South Texas. Carla Salas, a freshman in forensics. Her presentation was on maternal nutrition and its impact on the risk of birth defects. And Maria de Los Angeles Reyes, a sophomore in biology. The presentation was identifying zoonotic bacteria in the mouths of indoor and outdoor dogs. Their participation on a national stage reflects not only their individual excellence, but also the strength of our institution's commitment to undergraduate research, student development, and faculty mentorship. Please join me in congratulating these exceptional scholars for their hard work, professionalism, and for representing Laredo College with distinction at NCUR 2025. Thank you. Thank you and congratulations. Lastly, under agenda item 4B, introduction of personnel and personnel actions, I'm pleased to introduce the following new hires. Montserrat N. Hernandez Ramirez, Admissions Specialist 1. Cristina Ramirez Guerra, Patrol Officer. Johnny L. Santos, Automotive Lab Assistant. Jorge A. Mata, Help Desk Technician. Laura G. Lagunes, Associate Degree Nursing Instructor. Danny Zaragoza, Photographer and Public Relations. And we do have one promotion to tell you about. Our promotion is Claudia E. Sainz. She's an instructor and the program coordinator for logistics and distribution management.
Yes, actually, I'll have you switch over there. And you're good. Girls, come in. No, you like just switch over. There we go. Now, 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Thank you.
Thank you for your time and congratulations once again to all our honorees, and we welcome our new hires and congratulate employees who were promoted.
Good to see you.
I know.
I know.
Okay.
Ay, ay, ay. Let me throw this back here, because then I'm on the trip.
Mr. Chairman, I recognize Ms. Cindy Liendo as present in our board meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, item number 5, Faculty Senate Report. Dr. Martinez, how are you doing, sir?
On? Okay, there you go. Honorable trustees, President Ramirez, this is the Faculty Senate report for April. On April 16th, our math department celebrated their math awareness at the Kazin Center. Little trivia, when I was a student here, I took algebra 4 times. I always tell my students. And not because I was a fan of algebra, but it took me 4 times to pass it. I took with 4 different instructors. And I wish we would have had a math awareness back then. I would have taken it a little more seriously. But this year, it took place on April 16th, and it was a huge success. All the math faculty were present on deck, and they wanted me to also give a shout out to Mr. Pedro Rivera and his staff, because they were there helping with all the logistics of the event. The students they screened a film called Brilliant Young Mind. It's basically based on a true story. Well, loosely based on a true story. There was math trivia. I'm sure I would have done great. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. But there were door prizes that were donated by a lot of our community members and also Laredo College itself. So it was a great success, and everyone had a good time at the math awareness celebration. Honorable trustees, a few months ago, I came to you with information of procedures for faculty senate resolutions, and I told you that I'd come back and let you know how that went. We, as a faculty senate, voted in favor of adopting those procedures. So that is going to be a new way of communicating, as I mentioned a few months ago. And we wasted no time and already voted on a potential faculty resolution. We voted in the affirmative on Friday. And now what happens is we take it to the administration for reconciliation. And if we are able to come to an agreement, well, then the resolution will die. But if not, then we'll present it to you as an advisory recommendation from our faculty senate. So that will happen in May. Let's see, what else? Our faculty senate elections are about to take place in the coming week or weeks, in the next 2 weeks. The offices that are up for re-election are president, 2-year term, secretary, 2-year term, and then we have 3 at-large, senator at-large positions that will also be up for election. In addition to that, departments are voting on their respective senators. About 8 departments are doing that. We rotate every odd and even year. So that will be happening. And so by May, hopefully, we'll have a new slate of officers. I can't promise you they will all be here on the 29th, because sometimes they go on quick vacations before summer school. But whoever's here will bring them to introduce to the board and everyone else. Finally, reaching out to our departments, reach out to see if there's any news or anything that they want to share. We have our kinesiology faculty who are working hard on their new Bass Heart degree program. They are doing like final touches on their program so they can get that up and running. And our performing arts department will be having their dance concert this Saturday on May 3rd at 8 p.m. in the Martinez Fine Arts building. And that is led by Associate Professor Godinez, and she's in charge of the entire dance department. So hopefully you can come out and watch our LC dance students. And that concludes my report, unless there are any questions.
Thank you, Judge. Is there any questions from anybody? No.
Thank you.
I mean,
Thank you
Judge,
very much.
Dr. Martinez, sorry.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next item, We have the Laredo College Student Government Association report. Ms. Ballesteros?
Is it on? Hello? Oh,
Hey.
good afternoon, everyone. First, I'd like to apologize for not having a PowerPoint ready and for being tardy. We're setting up for the de-stress event, well, one of the many events we have for this week, and it's in the Maravillo, and we're trying to get the movie and the karaoke thing, everything ready. But for the student body updates, first, we had our trio SSS grant scholarship, 8 scholarships, which multiple students got a scholarship and it reflected their hard work, their dedication, and their academic commitment. Next, we had the LC Spring 2025 Expo and Health Fair. This event brought together resources, wellness information, and community engagement, promoting both personal and academic well-being. Then we had National Library Week. Our library came with activities like scavenger hunts, bookmark creations, trivia challenges, comic book cover designs, and many more things that our students were able um, to do at the Library Week events. Then we had our LC car show, and it was super fun for our community. It was free to the public, free for our students. A lot of students went. A lot of organizations also sold snacks, and they were, what is it called? Selling like food and things.
Fundraising.
Yes, fundraising. That's the word. I'm so sorry. My brain is everywhere right now. And then we had our Student Life Awards, and it celebrated excellence across the campus. There were many nominees and winners. The evening was super beautiful with all the recognition, student leadership, the achievements, and the school spirit. Everyone looked super fantastic, and it was a lovely evening. Then we had our Easter break. Then returning, we had Earth Day. We celebrated Earth Day with Office of Student Life, and they had little activities where you can paint flower pots, and then you can also decorate your own tote bags. You can also decorate little handbags, things like that. And then we had the Math and Statistics Awareness Month, where our math department came together and they held an event where they showed a movie based on math, and then they gave students pizza, and then they had little cahoots and games and prizes for the students. Then the LC Writing Center organized Pause for a Cause, and they collected donations for local animal shelters, and all the students came together and they supported all of our furry friends. And then our logistics and distribution students took a field trip to the Customs and Border Protection Railroad office. They explored the facilities and learned about the supply chain operations, and they had hands-on learning experiences. Finally, today, the movie and karaoke night that is going to be held in the Maravillo Gym is part of our De-Stress Week, which is holding many other events that are going to happen this week as well. And it will end May 2nd. I know it's not April anymore, but it's going to end May 2nd with the 4-on-4 volleyball tournament. But yes, thank you so much for continuing on helping us and supporting us and giving us all these resources to do the things that we do.
Thank you, Ms. Ballesteros. Is there anybody have a comment or question? No? Okay. Item number 7, board committee reports. 7A, building committee meeting report. Ms. Liendo?
Thank you. The building committee meeting was held on Thursday, April 24th at noon. Present were myself, Ms. Karina Elizondo, Ms. Adriana Alexander, Ms. Tita Vela, Mr. Esteban Rangel, and Mr. Mercurio Martinez. Mr. Romero Pais, the construction project manager, reported on current projects. At the LC South Campus, the Raquel Gonzalez Diesel and Auto Collision Shop expansion project is complete, and we have received the CO. At the Congressman Henry Cuellar Protective Services Center, renovations are also complete, and we also have received the CO. For ongoing projects at the Fort Mac campus, the Lamar Bruni Vergara Environmental Renovations Project, the work was started on September 22nd of 23, and it's scheduled to be completed by May 31st of 2025. We were able to see a lot of photos of the work in progress, and I encourage all of you to go onto our YouTube channel and watch the meeting so you could see the pictures for yourself. Everything is really looking beautiful. At the Arechiga Facility Interior and Exterior Historical Renovation Project, the work was started on November 6th of '23, and it's scheduled to be completed by May 31st of '25 as well. The site is already being cleaned up, and the exterior painting, the sidewalks, landscaping, all of that is already being worked on this week. Interior painting is also ongoing. We were also able to see the new floors, which are actually restored from the original floors, and everything is looking wonderful. The Moore Building, courtyard covered structure, and welding shop improvements, those were started on July 2024, and the completion date is set for September of 2025. A larger ceiling fan is being installed to make sure that there's proper air, a new LED lighting. We also saw the pictures of the progress, which are also available for you on the YouTube video. The old facilities that are recommended for demolition due to life safety were the West Annex, P7 and P8. The P7 and P8 are completely demoed, and the West Annex has been taken down as well. Debris is currently being hauled away. The buildings were disintegrating as they were being demolished, and so that clearly showed us that they were in no condition to be renovated. They had to be torn down. There was also asbestos, so that made the project take a little bit longer. The guardhouse renovation project, which is the future LC Vet Center, is on hold pending financing. But all documents are ready to commence work once we get that completed. The Laredo College facility improvements, we have the Lerma Peña facility rooftop restoration project, and that is complete. And for the proposed roof restorations for the Kaizen Student Center and Laird Hall, there have been quotes issued. And of course, we need to complete these repairs in order to prevent further damage. That was a report by Mr. Pais. Then we had a report by Mr. Huicho Tijerina, who reported on the physical plant projects for both the main and south campuses. At the South Campus, there are quite a few projects that are ongoing or complete already. The fire panel upgrades are complete. The LED lighting is ongoing. Power washing the windows and walls is ongoing. Window seal repairs are 30% complete. The interior wall painting for building C and building F are 100% complete. This is all at the South Campus. And we also have the staircase railing repairs and paint, which are 100% complete. The interior repairs of the sports complex with the irrigation and the new meter are pending. The parking lot with the road asphalt is also pending. Landscaping and erosion repairs are 10% complete. The chiller number 3 is 100% complete. Building F landscaping is also 100% complete. At the main campus, Mr. Tijerina reported that the remodeling of the men's and women's restrooms are 100% complete. Replacing light fixtures to LEDs in all buildings is 60% complete. The replacing of damaged electrical wiring on the outside of Fort McIntosh is 80% complete. Replacing of the water heater and boiler is 100% complete. That's at the Maravillo Gym. Replacing the chiller lines at the bookstore is 100% complete. And the Fort McIntosh signage, which is being replaced, is 10% complete. The replacement of the 20-year-old chiller line at P1 is 100% complete, as well as the repair and painting of the damaged and rotten wood all around the building at P34 and 35. So the reports were very thorough and really showed us all the work that both departments are doing, so we're very proud of the work that they've done. I do encourage all of you to go onto our YouTube video, watch the meeting, so that you could see the pictures of everything that they showed us at the meeting. That is all.
Thank you, Ms. Liando. We're going to move to 7B, the Finance and Audit Committee report. Ms. Ernestina Titabela.
Yes, our committee met also on the 24th of April at 12 noon, and we had everybody present that's on the committee, which is very good, and I was really happy about that. We did go through quite a bit of things. We are within budget, so we're doing good there. Our facility plans, phase 3, we've got quite a bit of money left, but there's still things that need to be done. Our tax collection is at 33.5%, which is basically ahead of last year, which is also very good. Our fund balance is up, and we're in a very, very strong position. I'm sorry. We're in a very strong position, which we have been consistently for the past several years. Besides that, we went through the approval of a purchase of ambulances for the EMS program, and basically that money is coming from a Carl Perkins funds, which is workforce. One thing that I failed to mention is in our quarterly report, they did mention that they're moving some of our CDs around in order to maximize our return on the monies that we have in savings, which is, again, an A+ for us. Dealing over here in number 7, there's approval of purchase of furniture for the Arechiga Hall building, and that money is coming from some of the money for the Phase 2 bond savings. We purchased network equipment for the Arechiga Hall. They're completely renovating that, and that obviously takes a lot of work because it's an old building. So that money again comes from Bond 2 facility savings. We have the approval of the transportation technology for some equipment that was needed, and that's coming from our general operating cost. Number 10, which I have under, is the purchase of equipment for continuing education. And this is really interesting. This is for some equipment that is used in order for nurses to dispense medication, which is everything. I mean, there's obviously equipment for everything. And this is something that we're buying. And the last thing was the approval of an endowment and a matching fund from the Oscar and Minerva Carrillo family. And this is, again, something very commendable from this particular family. Mr. Carrillo just passed away not very long ago. I know his son-in-law is an employee here, and he was one of the original, I think, custom broker and transportation that they're in Laredo. And the family has come and started an endowment with us. So that's extremely commendable of them, So, and basically that's it. All of these items will be under our consent agreement, our consent agenda. So I don't see any problem. We didn't see
Mr.
any
Chairman?
problem approving them. Yes.
Yes. Thank
As a
you.
member of the Finance Committee, I move that we formally acknowledge and approve this presentation.
We don't have to approve the presentation, right? It's on the consent, Judge. Right now when we get to the consent.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
And just for the record, I think Ms. Vela got confused a little bit. You said 33.5 and it's 93.
93,
Yeah.
oops,
93.5.
a little different.
Yeah, that we currently have that we collected on
That
our
we
tax.
collected,
Last year,
93.
yeah.
I said 30.
33.
Oops.
So last year we were at 92.10. So
Yes.
we're a little bit ahead
We're-
from where we're at. So with that being said, thank you, Ms. Liendo and Ms. Cantu. I really appreciate your report. For those of you that showed up, thank you so much for showing up for the committees. So we're moving on with item 8, informational items. 8A, United Independent School District early college end of the year presentation. Mr. Reyes.
Good evening, board members. Julio Reyes for the record, Director of Recruitment and Dual Enrollment. Today with me, I actually have some guests that are probably our best people to work with. There are deans from our UISD early college programs. We have Mr. Burrier with us, He is the dean over at United South High School. We also have Ms. Andrea Garza. She is the dean over at United High School. We have also Ms. Emma Rodriguez, our newest dean of the early college at Alexander High School. And then no stranger to us, Ms. Sandoval, our dean for LBJ. Today, we're going to be passing over the presentation over to them because they're here to share with us some wonderful opportunities or some wonderful items that have happened with UISD this year. So I'll pass it over to them.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So good evening, board members and Dr. Ramirez. Thank you for having us here. Before I start, we want to thank you for the collaborative effort that Laredo College and UISD has. Nothing that we do can happen without your help. And from the top to all the way to everybody who helps us, our liaison, it's been nothing but first class. But I had a little story. I was talking to Yesenia Sandoval right now, and she said, we had a medal ceremony Tuesday. What we did is, this is my very, very first cohort, and I think we're graduating 89 students. So I said, let's honor the students. We're going to give them the early college medal, but I want the parents to put it on them, right? After all, at the end of the day, they're part of the journey. And I didn't know what to expect. Let me just tell you, when they were meeting up in the middle, you had parents just crying, walking to the middle with a medal to put it on the kids. And we were all getting choked up. But that's the impact that your leadership and your help and our district has had with our kids in our community, and I saw it firsthand. Yesenia sees it every year. And I say, you didn't tell me it was going to be like this. She goes, I know. It was very touching. But you had parents just walking up, bawling, putting them on the kids. So I get choked up with that. But we'll invite you next year. Okay. But Julio was there, and we got to take a lot of pictures, and we'll post them up. But that's all because of you. Also, thank you for that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Pereira.
So we have, we're in our 9th year for the early college at UISD. The first school that had it was LBJ. We have Blicia and the early college high school there. So, Ms. Sandoval has graduated. She'll talk to you about that. She's graduated six classes. After that, United South High School and ended up also with an early college. And 2 years later, United and Alexander have an early college as well. So what we do is the way we select our students is a truly blind lottery. Okay, it's not performance based. We get 8th graders to submit applications. This year we had over 1,000 applicants. The way it works is students have to live in an attendance zone. So kids who live in the LBJ attendance zone for the high school, early college high school. They go to the middle school, they get to go to that school, except Blicia, who all the kids from around town can apply to that one. But for United South High School, we can get kids from the 3 middle school that feed into us, Alexander, and so forth. So that's how we get our students, okay? Again, it's blind lottery. We don't give a test. We don't know who we're getting. So it's awesome, but let me tell you why, because you get all kids. You get students who were not maybe going to go to college if they didn't have this opportunity. And because of the collaboration we have, we get students who graduate who are in every sort of program. We're going to talk a little bit about the EcoDisc and the at-risk students. So right now, we have LBJ open in 2015, then the Bliss 2017. So Yesenia has double the work that all of us. United South, we opened in 2021. Like I said, we'll have our first cohort graduate May 9th this year. Alexander United in 2023. So if you look at the numbers here, these are the numbers. I'll let you gaze them a little bit, but we're going to go each individually. We'll talk about our own campus. But these are EcoDisc, at-risk, special ed, GTF 504 numbers, okay? And again, if we look, it's not heavy as to where we're going to get just GT students or we're going to exclude anybody, okay? Again, we welcome everybody. We don't leave any kid behind when it comes to this. I'm going to pass it on to Ms. Andrea Garza. She'll talk about her campus, and we'll be talking each on our campus, okay? Thank you.
Hello and good evening. I'm going to adjust this a little bit for my height, but first and foremost, thank you all. As Mr. Burrier said, I think it's really important to mention that your steadfast commitment, your support, the collaboration between both United ISD and Laredo College has such an immense impact, not only on our students, as you can see, Mr. Burry mentioned, the families, our community as a whole. So I know myself, the others will share the same thing. We're very, very appreciative of that kind of powerful partnership that we have really as we move these programs forward. I am, of course, thrilled to share the progress of United High School. Let's advance this right here. We are in our second year, so we are brand new. We're kind of working from the bottom up experience right now. We'll end with LBJ that has the most experience. But nonetheless, we are United High School making a truly significant impact on our Longhorn students and, of course, their families. Just starting with demographics, I know you can see them up in front of you, but as Mr. Burrier said, it's really important to understand where this student group comes from. It is a blind lottery. We do not use any kind of measurement. And that really is special because it becomes a very true representation of what our schools do represent as a whole, whether that is our students that are in special populations and advanced programs, but also considering our students that are coming from the middle school level with a variety of exposure to academic experiences. They come into our programs, and not only is this super impactful for our students that learn with each other along this journey, but I think it's also important to mention, I know my experience at United High School, it is beautiful impact for our teachers to embrace this. It is one thing to be a teacher at a high level, challenging students at college level coursework, bringing in rigor, but to do that in classrooms where you do face diversity, where you do have students that may need a lot of instructional support. And so when I think of the benefits that I want to share with you, it's not only, of course, the beautiful, diversity when it comes to who and what these Longhorns represent, but it's also the growth and development of beautiful teaching and the craft of teaching that happens as well along with it. Continuing forward, when we look at just college readiness based on a test score, obviously we do move our students through TSI, really wanting to achieve that ELAR and that math college readiness. Right now, we have 2 cohorts at United High School. We are in our second year. Our 10th grade cohort is just about at or above 80% completion on TSI ELAR. We have about 21 students that are pending, if not the whole. To be honest, I think only a portion of the exam. Most of our students at this point have passed one part of the ELAR or the other, depending on reading and writing. Math, you'll notice, is lower. We are about to conquer that right now. That's where we're at. We just finished our STAR EOC test cycling. We're like moving the EOC exams out of the way right this moment. And I know on our campus, we'll be having our TSI exams starting next week, kind of alongside as we start our AP examination. And that point, we will be targeting our mathematics, our students in that sophomore level specifically as they prepare for college algebra next year, their junior year. As for our students that are on track for their associates, currently our freshman class, all of them are on track at this point when it comes to obtaining their associates. In our sophomore class, we have 4 students that are currently pending a few credits. We do have a plan in order. They will be working towards obtaining credit this summer. They'll be taking some classes, obviously in the hopes that they can regain and join up with their cohort as well. I did look up some numbers just to kind of show, we talk about how well we're pushing these students. The sophomore class, when you look at how they finished that very first year last year, that inaugural year that we brought the early college in, 56% of those students earned A's and 28 earned B's, meaning that in that sophomore cohort, they finished their freshman year with 84% of them in that A-B range, which is wonderful. Obviously, at that note, though, in the diverse population we mentioned, we also have this year really focused on intensifying the targeted instruction, specifically instructional remediation for students that need the support, whether in class or out of class. A lot of this is done by our teachers, their active progress monitoring. We also provide tutorials, whether they're prescriptive or content-based, and then individual conferencing has been very powerful on our campus. We do meet with students and parents, myself, alongside with our counselor, she's amazing, and basically goal setting for the students that are having a hard time and being able to outsource where and what best ways we can support them academically. And then I mentioned it already, also continuing with our teachers, the continued professional development when it comes to how we best service at such a high rigor with groups of students that need a range of services in order to achieve. It's not on here, but I also want, before I hand the mic off, comment on, we've also at United focused a lot on the social support. I think it's important when you have programs like this to use this as a power piece because it becomes a family. I know that what Mr. Burrier mentioned, he'll probably talk later on, you can see that not only with the students, but with their families. It's important to build that kind of team bonding. So really working on the branding, right? Making sure that we're proud, our Laredo College, what unites us, the courses that we take. This also has come into play in various incentives, or I should say activities we've done through Lunch and Learns, where we focused on topics such as, positive relationships. I know one that was important to me was identifying priorities and academic responsibility. We do have a lot of students that are very active on campus, whether that is in, fine arts, sports, other academics like Magnet itself. And learning how to prioritize is probably one of the biggest steps becoming really, really powerful as a college student. And that's been a topic we've talked about quite a bit this year. And that goes hand in hand also with effective stress management. We want our students to learn that they can do hard things. And we just have to find the tools and the ways in which to find that support. So wrapping up my piece, as our program continues to flourish, I know as we continue welcoming in new cohorts, we're very excited to meet our class of 2029. I am very anticipative for what the future holds for United's early college program. And I am deeply, deeply grateful for your commitment because like Mr. Burrier said, this is a powerful partnership, a collaboration, and we can't do it without all of its pieces. And you all play such a powerful form in its leadership, decision-making, and guidance. And I'm very appreciative for that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm pushing
Uh,
it back. I'm sorry.
Quick minute.
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Chairman, I recognize Ms. Karina Elizondo as attending the meeting.
Yes,
Thank
thank
you.
you. Go ahead, ma'am, I'm sorry.
Good evening, everyone. It's very nice to see some very familiar faces on the board that I hold very close to my heart. So I am Emma Rodriguez, and I'm the dean for the early college. I started a little bit before spring break, and as soon as I started, we quickly embarked on registering our 8th graders. So at this point, we have completed registering over 500 in all the high schools, and I really am very appreciative to Laredo College because the team came on board, and I think it was the week after I started, or that same week. And I was like, how am I gonna do this? And I have to go register. And everybody, was a team effort. So thank you so much for your support. Like they mentioned before, this cannot be happening without your support. So at Alexandra High School, it is our second year. We have 104 freshmen, 96 10th graders, and our at-risk is at 39, 10th grade, 19, 38%, 20% respectively, economically disadvantaged, 29, and 16, 28, 17% respectively. For our goal is to ensure that all students earn their associate's degree. So at this point, we do have 98% that are on track, 98% from the freshmen and sophomores. So what is it that we do for those students that are not on track? We exhaust all different avenues. We do have students that are currently enrolled in the Gold program, which also is part of the Laredo College, and we're able to support our students in that way. We are looking and guiding one of our students in possibly earning a credit through the CLEP exam to ensure that they stay on track. We also continue our efforts in ensuring that our students are meeting TSI expectations. So we have administered the TSI. We are going to continue next week alongside with AP exam. We are going to be testing our freshmen that are currently enrolled in Algebra 2. So we're going to start focusing our efforts in ensuring that the students are meeting college readiness. So we do have 48 students at the 9th grade that are ready for ELAR, 77th at 10th grade. For math, we are going to start our math at the 9th grade. So we do currently have 2 right now. We're going to be working on that. For our 8th graders coming in, we do have the Summer Bridge program, which will focus on college readiness in the morning. And then in the afternoon, we're going to be addressing different topics that will assist them in transitioning them from middle school to college students. So it is a lot of work, but it is very rewarding. And right now, when Mr. Burr was mentioning the the students receiving the medal with the parents. I can't wait for that moment. I do currently have a student that is doubting being in the program, so I'm going to bring that up. And I think it was a perfect time that he shared that story, because that's something that I would definitely bring up to the parents so that they can look forward to that. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right, so our numbers, if you look at our demographics, for our freshman class, we got 40% at risk, 68% equal disc. Going down sophomores, 39% at risk, 80% equal disc. Juniors, 30% at risk, 78% equal disc, and seniors, 17% at risk, 66% equal disc. Now, these are just numbers, right? But we treat them as scholars at the end of the day, correct? They're our scholars.
Sure.
Our job is to guide them to be successful. And if I struggle in college at 22, they're going to struggle at college at 14, right? So we have a lot of interventions. We have we call it catch-up clinics, but more than anything, it's the one-to-one visits that they have. Our district does a fabulous job of having a portal where we check their grades, online. So we're constantly bringing kids in and talking to them, having those one-to-one conversations, whether it's me or the counselor. They know that we're there. Some kids are spoken to more than once, right, because they're struggling. But at the end of the day, we tell them, you're scholars. We're going to help you out, but it's going to be up to you. We test for TSI once a month on Saturdays. And then our counselor just got back, so we do it every Friday. We divided the freshman class into 3 groups. So we'll test about 10 to 15 kids, as long as it does not interfere with end of course exams or what have you. So we do pull them out. We offer tutorials. One of the biggest things that has helped us and has helped all of us is we have a summer bridge. Okay, so incoming cohort of freshmen. We get them if they have not passed the TSI, because they test them at middle schools. They go with us for 2 weeks in a summer bridge. If they pass the TSI the first week, they don't have to go the second week, and it's an incentive, right? You don't go the second week, but it's an intensive TSI tutorials there during the day. So they go from 8:30 to 12, in person. Then they go home, and then when they get to the house, they have to log back on, because we have the SEL, social emotional learning, from 1 to 2, and then they log on. And everybody does it differently. We have it in June. I think some other schools are going to have it in July, but it's required for us to do it, and we do it. And then the cohort, for example, the freshman kids who are right now have not passed, we also make them come in as well. Okay, and it's just 2 weeks. We get to hire our English teachers, intensive TSI learning tutorials, and then we test. But one of the things, if you look at our students on track, freshmen sophomore 100%, juniors 99%, but we're going to graduate 89 kids, 94% of our cohort. Our first cohort is going to get an associate's degree. And I think it's a testament to the parents who are pushing them, and more importantly, also to the adjunct professors that they have, because it helps when they're like, when you go bowling, you have bumper gutters. That's what they are. They don't let them fall to the side.
Yes.
And I know we had professors from Laredo College who would go on campus, who would call and meet with students who cared genuinely for the students. And these are professors from here who, the vested interest is on our adjunct, right, who go care for the kids, they see them every day. These are professors from your campus who go and they really care for the kids, who would go earlier and meet with the kids who are failing. Again, it says a lot about this institution. But that's what we have, and I look forward to seeing you all May 9th.
Yes,
Right?
sir. Thank you.
Great, excellent, thank you.
Okay. Wrong way. Okay. Thank God I'm not driving. Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Yesenia Sandoval, and yes, I'm the oldest dean. Oh, not of age, right? But I've been the dean for, this is my 10th year, my 8th graduating class. So at LBJ, we do have, in general, the population are economically disadvantaged students or at-risk students. Those you all can see there. We do have a lot of students that have crossed that stage with, at the same arena with Laredo College. And these are our numbers, our ninth grade, we have 99% on track. You might be thinking, why 99% the first year? Because we already have 2 students that left to their home campus. So they're not quitting the program, they're just leaving to another campus. These are our graduates. We started our very first class in 2019. We had 93 associate graduates. In 2020, we had 87. 2021, that's when the Blicia started as well. That's when we had that very first graduating class. We had 94 for the Associate of Arts. And then right now I'll go over the numbers, but total Associate of Arts degrees from the early college program have been 597.
Very good.
Very good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And trust me, I was telling, because this would not be possible, obviously, with the help from Laredo College. I know the board has changed because when we started, it was a very different, different faces. But in reality, with our district, I was telling Dr. Sanchez and Ms. Claudia Gonzalez and Michelle that the help that they get, because when we started, yes, we do have a blueprint. Like TA has a blueprint that we have to follow. That's what we have to have Summer Bridge. That's what we have to present here. That's what we have to do, all these things. But some of the things that we have to do and some of the help that we get is because we tried like plan A, B, C, D. I even told them, let's just use the Spanish alphabet. It has more letters because we did not have like a plan. I mean, we had a plan to follow, but we didn't have any other early college. The only other early college was at LISD, but it was the one at TAMU. So it's a different kind of students and everything. So anyway, all of these successes is because we try one thing. If it doesn't work, we just try something else. There is no secret to, it's just hard work. And if it doesn't work, well, you try something else. If it didn't work, we try something else. So that's how we've gotten to all of this. The Blicia program, which we started 2 years after, that's an Associate of Science. That one is geared towards the medical field. When we started it, it was more through a CNA. Then we changed it after a year. Our kids get an Associate of Science, but they have opportunities to get the IBCs, the industry-based certifications. Our kids can get EKG, the RDA, RDA, which is the dental assistant, the certified Phlebotomy.
medical
assistant, phlebotomy, pharmacy.
Right.
All of these things that are coming through the CATE program. So our students, and they're very, very successful. Right now, I'll show you the number of students that have gotten those certificates or IBCs already. These are the Blicia cohort demographics. We have 103 kids right now, freshmen, 88 sophomores, 94 juniors, and 80 seniors. And these are the demographics for all of our students. Okay, now how many are on track for TSI? Our freshmen, I do want to note the 11th and 12th grade on the TSI math. We have 3 and 3. And then do we look at the on track 86 and 64? You're thinking, okay, I'm not a math. If those of you who are not math majors are always saying, I'm not a math major, but that doesn't make sense. 11th and 12th grade students, we've had all of these different exemptions for the math, because it used to be that if you got a 4,000 on the TSI Algebra 1, on the STAR Algebra 1, you were exempt, but that changed May of 2020. I'm never going to forget. That changed for May of 2024. So those students didn't have to pass the TSI math because they were already exempt. But if you look at our sophomore and our freshman year students, those will have to pass in order to be on track. Okay, these are our Associate of Science graduates from the Blicia program from the last 5 years. And obviously the 2025 is a prediction we're having for May the 9th. So that's 285 total. These are our industry-based certifications that our students have been getting. If you look at that, we have 26 total in 2022, 26 in 2023. Last year, we had 73 total IBCs. So far right now, we're at 20 that we've gotten this so far, but we still have the whole month of May, which is when we dedicate Our CTE department, that's what they're doing. Every time everybody else is STAR testing and everything else, these kids are training and doing all these kinds of things. So our numbers there, I'm sure that during the summer, when we come in to present, or Dr. Sanchez and Ms. Gonzalez, our numbers will be complete there for the number of certificates that our students have obtained. And I always tell our students, I want for you to get these certificates, not because I want you to do that, which there's nothing wrong with you doing that. I said, but if you're already 2 years ahead, I want you to do that while you're in college so you don't have to make minimum wage. Because college is expensive wherever you go, especially with our kids that want to go places because they already know they're 2 years ahead. So this is where I told my students, get these certificates because you're going to go out there and you don't have to work anywhere for minimum wage. You'll have a job where you get a decent salary, but I want you to keep going to be an RN, to be a doctor, to be a whatever it is that you want it to be, because I don't want them to stop there. Okay. So my final thing is thank you, LC, because May 9th we'll have 971 graduates of associates from.
Oh, yes, that's great. Thank you very much. It's a lot of hard work.
So thank you all so much. This is part of what we do every day with our UISD partners. It's amazing to see the opportunities that these students are having, continuing the support with them, and especially with their team over at the district, Dr. Sanchez, Ms. Claudia, Ms. Michelle, because all of them are really here to support the student and continue working on the student success. So we really are proud of this partnership, and we look forward to continuing working with them.
Great job. Thank you. Dr. Ramirez?
Thank you. I want to congratulate all of you. I think that our partnerships with all of our ISDs are something that we're all extremely proud of. But as an educator, what makes me the most proud is to see my former students, both Emma and Robert, to be deans. And Mr. Rangel says, Ms. Rodriguez was my teacher. I said, she was my student. So we've come full circle. But to all of you, congratulations for certainly an incredible journey that you all have had as educators. I know that many of you have dedicated an entire career to not only creating your profession the way you wanted it, but to allowing and giving students an opportunity to continue their own journey. And we're just proud to be a part of this partnership and most importantly, the journey of our students and the future of our community. So congratulations to all of you. I'm sure that your report to TEA will be incredible, and we're looking forward to May 9th. We certainly are. Thank you.
Dr. Ramirez. Ms. Ramos, and then I'll call on Ms. Garcia.
I just want to thank, because I've been on this voyage with Yesenia when we started here. But I want to congratulate Ms. Sandoval for being the leader that she has, setting the standards, making sure that everybody gets help, making sure that when they reach out to you, that you don't keep things to yourself. You share with everyone. And I saw that firsthand. So I'm very honored to have been part of this voyage with LBJ. And as an educator too, I'm overwhelmed with joy to see the students graduate and armed with knowledge to be able to go out into the workforce, to be able to go out into the universities and be able to attend and take that leap of faith to go on to higher and better opportunities that will come their way. I've been blessed to work with almost all of you, Mr. Burrier, Ms. Garza, and Ms. Sandoval, and I look forward to continuing to work with Ms. Rodriguez. And this is the beginning of a beautiful collaboration, of a partnership that we've come together, and I'm very proud to be part of this group of board members and also working with everyone. And I look forward to seeing our students from United South High School graduate on May the 9th. And I did a special shout out to them, so I'm hoping that I don't get in trouble, but I did a special shout out to my United South High School Panthers for their graduating for the first class of 2025. Thank you, Mr. Burr. Appreciate it. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Garcia?
Yes. I also would like to give you all my congratulations. As a matter of fact, I think I worked with every single one of you all at United South High School, all of you. Claudia, Robert, except Michelle, I don't think I have. Claudia, Robert, Yesenia at LBJ, Andrea, and Angie at United South. And the work, and I always knew you all were very hard workers, but what I see that you all have done, and I was there when we started with Yesenia, with our first cohort of even the Blicia with Claudia. And what I see that you all have done has been amazing. Congratulations. Our kids at UISD are very lucky to have you. And Laredo College's partnership with UISD is a very fruitful and well-deserved, not deserved partnership, but very heartfelt, great partnership. So thank you all very much and continued success to many more years. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Garcia. Judge Martinez?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Obviously, it's already been acknowledged, we are very, very much impressed with the work that you have and continue to have. It's unfortunate, let me put it to you this way. I was very fortunate to have done it, got my bachelor's degree in 3 years. Had your program been available at that time, I probably would have done it in 2. But it is really very, very impressive. And I also have to tell you, it's not easy, particularly more so when you are encouraging these high school students for ninth graders, 10th graders, and continue to not only encourage them, but also help them out. Again, my compliments, and I certainly do congratulate all of you for this very, very impressive work. Congratulations.
Thank you, Judge. Ms. Newsom?
Hi, everyone. Lizzie Newsom. Whoa, I don't think I need it. I have worked with some of you all. I've gone to school. I graduated with Angie. Yessie and I started our teaching career at Martin High School. And I've worked with some of you all also in the past. But I just want to say that I really, really just hearing you all, and the numbers are amazing, right? But hearing you all, I'm watching, and I can really see the compassion, the passion that you have for this, the empathy. There was empathy that came out when you're talking for these kids. I know what you're doing is amazing work, but it's not easy. It is very difficult what you're doing. And for that, I commend you. I'm in those trenches with you all as well. And so I know how difficult it is. And I just want to really say thank you from the bottom of my heart. My hat's off to you all, and keep doing what you're doing because you're making a huge difference. All of those kids will never forget you. And I know, yes, he started, getting teary-eyed about the numbers. I'm getting goosebumps because all of those, Ms. Sandoval, they will never forget you. And none of you all. They're never going to forget what you did for them. And thank you, Laredo College, for this partnership. Really, guys, thank you all for everything you do.
Thank you, Ms. Newsom. Any other comments? No? I also want to commend all of you. Like Dr. Ramirez said, some of you were my teachers. So for me, it's like a beautiful full circle kind of a deal, right? Like to be able to be sitting here and approving these types of things to give you the weapons so you guys can go out there and fight for these kids and make them, be successful. So honestly, and like Ms. Newsom said, it's very true. You look, each one of you has those eyes of just like, look at what we're doing. So thank you so much for what you do. Honestly, Julio, you do a great job. And I honestly want to commend the hard work that you do to be able to be the streamline between Laredo College and these high schools. So thank you so much for what you do.
Good job, Julio.
Yeah.
Keep it up. Keep it up.
So, but it's beautiful, honestly. Thank you so much for what you do. That number of close to 1,000 students, that is 1,000 wishes of just, wow, like I am going out there, I'm gonna do something, and it's very true. Uh, so congratulations, thank you so much for everything that you do, and a huge shout out to United South High School. Go Panthers. Anyhow, yeah, síganle. So thank you so much. Thank you. So we're moving on with item 8B, commencement and enrollment report by Ms. Trevino and Mr. Reyes.
Somebody take the clicker. Oh, no, right here, right here. Good evening, members of the board, Dr. Ramirez, colleagues, Jessica Trevino, Associate Vice President of Enrollment Management for the record, and joining me today,
Julio Reyes, Director, Recruitment and Dual Enrollment.
thank you everyone so much.
Thank you.
That's 1,000 students we need to report, we need to replace, Ms. Trevino, I'm just saying.
I actually did the math as soon as she mentioned the number. We'll get there. But I have the pleasure today of reporting on enrollment and commencement. Mr. Reyes will continue with a little bit of information regarding dual enrollment. Dr. Fred Solis has allowed us to take the reins of the enrollment presentation. So we are hoping to give you and share with you the information that you deem important, and we can make adjustments as we need to. What you see in your screen right now is just an enrollment timeline. It is the dates that we need to keep in mind as we move forward through the summer semesters, through the summer sessions. We did open registration for Maymester, summer session, and fall on April 7th. It is very similar to when we opened last year, so we have a very good comparison. Last year, we did open registration on April 8th, so we are on track for a week-to-week comparison. Maymester does begin on May 14th. Then we move forward to summer session 1 on June 4th and summer session 2 on July the 9th. Looking forward, obviously, to our fall 2025 semester starting on August 18th. Our enrollment report for spring 2025, this is the final, and you do have this presentation with you in your packages as well. If the numbers are a little small on the screen. But I did want to mention that we did submit our spring 2025 enrollment reports to the coordinating board, and we are at a 7.89% increase from 2024 to 2025, reporting 10,974 students for the spring 2025 semester. We were a little shy from the 11,000, but we do look forward to the 11,000 goal next spring. So thank you very much for that. You can see the distribution of the numbers there. Obviously, dual enrollment taking the bigger piece of the pie there, with the 54% of the enrollment dependent on dual enrollment. And again, the partnerships that we have with our partners, with the districts, make a big piece of that. The enrollment report that you're seeing right here, it's a little convoluted of a slide, but I hope to simplify it for you. It is a comparison in two ways. It is 2025 versus 2024 final number. The final number for 2024 has a distribution of both regular and dual students. Regular being the green part, dual students being the yellow part that you see on there. In addition to that, Summer 1 and spring will include wintermester and Maymester numbers. That's why you see those little bubbles on there. Out of the 1,791 students, regular students from last year, 283 enrolled for Summer 1 and Maymester. That's what that mentions right there. On the top, you see that out of the 3,111, 147 only did Maymester. Those tend to be our transient students coming back from other institutions and taking a class or two here at the college. For the current year, Summer 1 of 2025, we are at 1,079 students. I'm lying. We were at 1,079 students earlier today when I updated this, but we are very close, nearing the 2,000 students this afternoon. So registration is ongoing and continues. As you can see, there's a couple of bullet point notes on there. I do want to mention that no dual enrollment student has yet been registered. We are awaiting the final rosters from the districts on May 1st. So once we receive those rosters from the districts, you will see those numbers change
drastically as we process registration. It is a little scary to see that there's a difference of 2,032 students or 65.12% to be at par with 2024, but we are confident we're going to catch up with the number there. Okay. Summer 2, similar graph, trying to keep it simple for you. In 2025, currently, we have 659 students registered for summer session 2 out of, compared to last year where we had 1,714. Final number of summer 2. Again, no dual enrollment students have been enrolled, and there is a difference of 1,055 students or 61.5% to be at par with 2024. There are still 51 days left of registration for summer session 2, which would put us at about 21 students per day. We've got to register 21 students per day in order to be at par of where we were for summer 2, the summer 2 session. The fall enrollment is what you see right here. Again, very similar graph. We are currently at 969 enrolled students for the fall semester out of 11,027 that we had in fall 2024. We are 10,058 students or 91.21% behind to be at par with where we were in 2024. That puts us at 128 students per day. But again, the majority of our enrollment, which is the dual enrollment partners, we have not received their rosters. And when we do, that number will rapidly increase to see. Now, I know this is a little bit of a heart stopper here with seeing the numbers that we're behind 10,000 students, 2,000 students, et cetera. But I do want to show you this slide. We were able, because we're opening registration very similarly to last year, we are able to do a date-to-date comparison. So this date-to-date comparison that you see right here on my left, your left too, I think, is summer session 1, summer session 2, and the fall. As you can see, for summer session 1, we are trailing last year's enrollment by 10 students only. As of today, April 28 to April 28, we are 10 students behind for summer session 1. For summer session 2, we are 75 students ahead. So 75 additional students have registered for summer 2 versus this time of the year, last year in 2024. And for the fall, we are trailing last year's enrollment by 427 students. So again, very at par of where we were year to date last year with enrollment. Questions so far with regular enrollment?
Any questions? Ms. Ramos?
Going back to the enrollment report, does the Maymester students don't count towards the number where it says 10,974?
Yes. 10,000, where are we?
In the enrollment report? In the
Summer 1?
very first one?
Oh, the very first one, right here.
Your Maymester?
This is winter, so
But a Maymester doesn't count towards?
no, Maymester counts towards summer 1.
Towards summer 1?
Summer 1, correct. That's why you see it under summer 1. Wintermester is the one that counts in the spring semester.
And then summer 1 is for the next, for the fall?
For summer 1 has its own reporting cycle.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem.
Any other questions?
Before I move?
No.
Okay. So moving forward with continuing education, it's a quick slide for continuing education. You do see here the enrollment for quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, and we already have registration for quarter 4. As you can see, I also included the months that pertain to every quarter. For quarter 3, we have March, April, and May. We are still pending all of May in enrollment. We have 530 students and counting. And again, for quarter 4, we do already have 34 students enrolled to some of the continuing education programs.
Ms. Ramos?
Yes.
So for the enrollment report, will we be able to add the bridge when it's passed, right? The bridge between, the bridge program for UISD and LC? Or will those numbers go into this continuing it or to the regular?
So if it's a bridge program that requires an academic course, it'll go to the regular numbers.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay. Is that
to the dual enrollment numbers.
Dr. Ramirez? Is that how it's going to work? The bridge program is going to be towards the continuing ed or towards academic?
It's going to depend on the course they take.
Right. Okay.
So depending on if they're taking a course that is a compatible course, if it's a non-credit course, it goes to continuing ed. If it's a credit course, it goes to dual credit.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Ms. Garcia?
Mr. Vignon,
enrollment numbers for the continuing ed? Are they very close to last year's numbers, or how does that look?
So they are similar to last year. I can bring a comparison definitely for for the next report. I do not remember on top of my head, Ms. Cortez. I went up to check, yes. Yes, I was looking at numbers all day. We can definitely work with Ms. Cortez and her team to bring a comparison the way we did for regular enrollment for the next board meeting.
Thank you. Any other
Definitely.
questions? No? Go ahead.
Great, y'all. So to continue talking a little bit about dual credit and dual enrollment over with us, we'll discuss a little bit about the overview of dual credit here with us at Laredo College. So just for all of us to be aware of what is dual credit, dual enrollment. So dual credit and dual enrollment and dual credit programs are actually opportunities for students that are still in high school to have the opportunity to take college courses with us. Now, with us here at Laredo College, we do have two programs with dual credit and dual enrollment. So dual credit students are actually at the high school getting dual credit, meaning getting college classes, getting a college credit, but also getting the opportunity to getting a high school credit at the same time. We also have a program that is called dual enrollment, which they're duly enrolled at both institutions, but that does not mean that they're getting dual credit, meaning that they'll take the opportunity for college courses and they'll be able to register for college courses on their own, and then they'll do their high school courses together. Typically, our dual enrollment program here with us is not so big as the dual credit program over at the high schools, because a lot of our students are taking the opportunities that our high schools are having with them. So with us at Laredo College, so what is the overview of the dual enrollment, dual credit program? So what is the impact? With three things that we discussed with our school districts and the parents that we discussed with them, we focus on three things. We focus on affordability. First and foremost, as you all know, it's a program that is at zero cost for all the students and their parents. They get to finish an associate's degree completely free of charge for the parents, or they could potentially even get the opportunity to finish their core curriculum completely free before they transfer out into another institution or come here with us. Another one of the biggest impacts with their dual credit, dual enrollment program is actually that college readiness opportunity. As y'all heard a little bit earlier, the students are getting those opportunities while they're still in high school to become college ready, getting those TSIs in, getting some of those classes in. So at the moment they transition over with us as traditional students, they come college ready. They don't have to worry about any developmental course. They'll be ready to continue getting those classes. And lastly, how you all saw, it's a fast track to completion. What is the goal for these students? A lot of these students are ready to go out into the work field because they have to or because they want to do it. So that's the opportunities that we have for us and the impact of our dual credit opportunities that the student has. Not only that, but seeing a little bit of an enrollment comparison. So spring 2024 to spring 2025, we see there, we did have a 14.5 increase from one spring semester to the additional spring semester. If we compare it from 23 to 24 versus 24 to 25, if you see there, from 23 to 24, we had an 11.6 increase, and we continued increasing 24-25 with a 14.5. And we're excited to see this continuing growth because as y'all heard, just with UISD, we're still missing 2 additional cohorts of early colleges coming in. So we will see an additional increase there, which we're hoping those are the 1,000 students that are coming in for the dual credit program to continue getting there. There's a little bit of breakdown here by school districts, of course, because of the amount of students at one school district there is from the other. You could see there for this spring semester 2025 at UISD, we have a little bit over 3,492 students. From there on at LISD, we have 1,904 students, and our others count all of our, for example, our Zapata, our Bruni, our St. Naud, our Harmony students, our Piedra Angular students. They compose of the other, which are about 539 students. So all of this is possible because we have a partnership with 7 different school districts where we offer 10 early college programs. We offer 13 dual credit opportunities, and we also have 9 workforce programs. So the students are not only able to actually finish an associate's degree with us with an early college program, but they could possibly even become core curriculum because of our 13 different dual credit opportunities. And not only that, we have students that are doing some of our workforce programs and certificates. We have 9 different programs there. And a little bit of a breakdown here, that way we could all see. We have 10 early college programs Of course, every single of our high schools currently has an early college program. LBJ actually has two. We heard we have an Associate of Arts and an Associate of Science at Martin High School as well. We do have an Associate of Arts and an Associate of Science here. Now, our workforce programs, we do have 3 at Cigarroa, 1 certification at OBJ, 1 cert at Martin, 2 at United High School, and 2 at United South. And of course, every single of our high schools has an opportunity for these dual credit opportunities for the students. So students not finished with an associate's, but they get the opportunity to complete at least that core curriculum options here. We look forward to continuing the partnerships, and what is next for dual credit, dual enrollment in our office, for sure, is expanding those partnerships, seeing the opportunities for us to continue growing our partnerships with our school districts, our surrounding areas, to ensure that students have the opportunity to take advantage of being part of a college credit course while they're still in high school. Working with academics, we're reevaluating our degree plans with our school districts, ensuring that the degree plans are at part to the degree plans that our students are taking here with us. Our summer and fall registration, as y'all heard Mr. Trevino, we will start after May 1st, registering the students for the summer and the fall. And lastly, one of the big things that we are doing, or that we started doing, is our Palomino Transition Days. So what are these Palomino Transition Days? These are actually days that we host here on our campus for all of our incoming students that are part of a dual credit program. So it's their kind of orientation. So they meet with e-learning, they meet with Student Live, they get a campus tour, they meet with disabilities. They have that opportunity for them to know that they not only have the support at their high school, but they also have their support here with us. So we're excited to continue the partnerships. We're excited to continue seeing dual credit grow, of course, with the help of our academics team and our partnership schools, to ensure that we continue moving this forward.
I'm sorry, Ms.
No, I'm done on my side. I don't know if there's any questions.
Any
on the
questions?
dual.
Ms. Garcia?
Mr. Reyes, I'm sorry that I didn't say thank you to you and your team, and not just your team, to Ms. Jessica, to the academics, because the way they portrayed Laredo College today has everything to do with all the hard work that you've done, everything, okay? I could see that UISD they had heartfelt thanks to your work and to the work that every single one of you all do here for our kids, and for those are our kids as well.
Mhm.
Okay, so I mean, I look at all these different programs and responsibilities that you all have, and it's hard, guys. It's very hard, but you really are making it work, and you're making it thrive. Okay, so congratulations to everybody in this room, really, and right now, especially to you guys.
Thank you so much. And this is something, I think this is something that it's a whole team effort from my office, that everyone from our student staff to our student mentors to our enrollment coaches are out of the schools, but also the partnerships that we have built here internally with your support, our academics team. There's not so many, Dr. Tijerina and myself are on teams all the time. Dr. Tijerina, what about this? What about that with the academics team? But all the support that we're getting from our side, the enrollment side, Dr. Ramirez was giving us that opportunity to continue expanding this dual credit program. So it's a team effort, whole Laredo College. So it's something that it's all of us. It's something that it's all of us continuing moving this forward.
It shows.
So, yes.
It shows that we're a team and that everybody is rowing in the same direction. It's
Ms. Ramos?
beautiful. Very good.
Thank you.
Ms. Ramos?
I wanted to make a clarification for our new board members. If you noticed, you don't have to go back to the other one, but in the presentation from the schools, there's a section, and Yesenia can help me out with this. There's a section where United and Alexander are academies,
Yes.
and United South and LBJ are early college. What is the word that goes after that? It's you're an early college high school, yes. So before they become early college high school, they have to be an academy. And when do they move to the next level?
So it depends, because there's a little bit of more.
Yeah, that's why I wanted clarification for our new board members, because that's two different things, but the same thing is happening.
In order for you to be an early college designated by TA, you have to follow certain criteria in the
Yes.
blueprint.
Yes.
So our north schools, because of their demographics, they don't fit the application. Like you have to have a certain amount of, you can't have, there is a different number, like the economic disadvantage, there's a number.
At risk.
So right now, I don't think, because they tried it, I don't think United and Alexander have the numbers to fit the episode. It's not about becoming an early academy first,
Yeah.
no. You apply, and based on your numbers, like the demographics of your campus, then that's how you can qualify. And because of I mean, obviously, we know that the north schools, their economically disadvantaged numbers are not as high as ours. So that's why they don't even qualify for the application.
And the designation comes in the application the district submits
To TEA.
to TEA for either an academy, an early college, high school, or just the dual credit performance.
I wanted to make sure that they knew because
Yes.
I know Ms. Newsom is probably aware, but maybe Ms. Alexander.
I think Ms. Alexander knows too, because I know we would always be talking about how, so,
Okay.
yes, because I would
Just in
always say,
case.
we're the designated ones, I would always say that, yes. Yeah, if you look on
Thank
TA for the schools, like, because there's, I don't know, like 700, 800 and some early colleges across Texas. And like United South and LBJ, both of those early colleges are there as, the other ones are academies.
Academies.
But the district, we are making sure that everybody follows the same rules,
Mhm.
even if they're not designated, they still have to follow the same criteria.
The
do
outcome
summer
is still the
bridge
same.
and- Yes.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
Yes.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Very good.
Any other comments?
No,
No?
congratulations.
We got one more slide. Go ahead, Ms.
Yes.
Trevino.
Last but not least, commencement update. I think you all have heard the date long enough today, Friday, May 9th. Please don't forget, at the same Sauter Arena, 2 ceremonies, 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. Doors open to the public an hour before each ceremony. And just presenting to you some updated numbers as of this afternoon. We have a total of 1,601 candidates for graduation, out of which 1,219 have expressed their interest in participating at the ceremony. We do see that the afternoon ceremony, which is the ASAA, we anticipate that to be the largest one with a little bit over 700 chairs enhanced to shake the day of the ceremony. So wear
Yes.
comfortable shoes. Again, with the information that Ms. Yesenia presented to us, out of the 1,601, 971 are dual enrollment student, leaving us with a regular population of 630 graduates that we need to work for. So thank you very much. Questions?
Ms. Trevino,
Ms. Ramos?
When is United South High School graduate? Are they
So
both?
actually, the high schools do not have a particular ceremony they graduate. It does depend the degree that they're graduating with. So remember, we separate the ceremonies by degree. With the early college, the early college is graduating with the associates, so in the afternoon. In the morning.
Okay.
Mhm.
That's that way I can ask for permission for both.
Any other questions, comments?
No.
I'll go ahead and end it with like Ms. B said, Ms. Benavides. It's very true. I mean, everybody in this room, everybody out there, from the faculty teaching our kids, from the maintenance workers changing that light bulb, and everybody in this room, just I hope we understand that you all are changing lives, and that is something remarkable. So, and it's beautiful to see these numbers, and then just hats off with the graduation, which is like kind of like 4th and 1, we're there, just punch it in, right? So, congratulations for everything that you all do, honestly. So, very, very good work, and keep up the good work. So, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Viño, and thank you, Mr. Reyes.
Thank you.
We're moving on with 8C, Report on Illusion Live 2025 Conference. Myself and Dr. Ramirez, I'm going to go ahead and allow Dr. Ramirez to start it off.
Thank you, Mr. President. Trustees, just to report back on our conference, we did have a nice contingency of folks that attended the conference. It is a technology conference that is attended by thousands and thousands of people. It's a huge, huge conference. I was part of the CEOs or presidents roundtable for 2 days. They had us, actually 2.5 days, they had us in a separate room. So we didn't attend a whole lot of the conference. Were really given direct information about what is expected around the country, from the Department of Education to accreditation to technology, AI, what we can expect in the future, what we can expect from the Department of Education or not, from the State Department as it relates to international students. All of that was discussed in the CEO's meeting, and how we should plan for the future for that. And so it was extremely informative. It was a great event, and all of the feedback I've received from those that participated from our college have given back the same feedback of it was extremely important that they were there. The training they received, the sessions they attended were critical to the work that they do here every day. So thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and add. I also attended. I think it was a very interesting conference. The fact that what what of course with this board and also with Dr. Ramirez, what we did on trying to I mean it's like we have to move on with technology. It's something that it's like one of the presenters said, you're going to get an AI today or tomorrow. There's no question about it. And it was very true. A lot of the people that were there, I had a couple of conversations, and they were like, all in, we love it. We love the technology. You guys are doing great. It was a great thing that Dr. Ramirez, perdón, Dr. Ramirez reported on one of her talks that we were the first college in the state of Texas to do this. So that was a huge eye opener for a lot of these people. One of the things that shocked me was in one of the presentations that they did, they said that without AI, to transition from point A all the way to point B for a student to be able to do brochures, finance, everything, it takes 160 hours compared to AI 1 hour. So that's the difference on how much technology is helping. So I just want to say it was a great turnout. There were a lot of our staff there. They also were very enthusiastic. They were very positive about this conference. So I just want to say, great job, Dr. Ramirez. She was a great speaker there. The last thing that I'll say is when she was speaking, it was a room of potential colleges sent their staff to go look to see if it's something that we want to do. So I did get a couple of those staff members start questioning, because Dr. Ramirez recognized me as as her board president. So they started to ask me, what made you as a board member decide to transition? I said I would just want to say that I think I was a huge advocate with Dr. Ramirez, telling her we have to move, like we have to get a system that allows all the departments to talk to each other to make it a lot easier. So they were like, but what made you think? I said, I just talked to Dr. Ramirez. I think we need to do this. Yeah, but then me as a board member, and then I believe what I felt, what the other board members would step back, allow her to do her research, and allow her to choose to whatever she feels was the right step to technology. So they were very happy to hear that. So it was just very positive, and I want to commend Dr. Ramirez because she spoke very well, and she had everybody pretty much listening to her, and it was a very good turnout.
Hence your new iPads? Ta-da!
Yes.
So thanks to the IT department,
Yeah.
we've upgraded our even for our board members, we've been able to upgrade our technology.
Yes, thank you. Okay, so we're gonna move on. Item 8D, notification of travel to NALEO Annual Conference, July 22nd to 24th. Community College Association of Texas Trustees, CCATT Annual Conference, September 11th to the 13th. And Association of Community Colleges Trustee, ACCT Leadership Conference, October 22nd to the 25th, as per Laredo College Board Policy, BBG Local Board Members compensation expenses, and BBH local board members, conventions, conferences, and workshops. Dr. Ramirez.
Thank you, Mr. President. This is just a notification to all of you that these conferences are coming up. The only one that I'm planning to attend is ACCT, but all of you are, these are approved conferences for trustees, and so just wanted to bring that to your attention.
So if anybody is interested, if you could just go ahead and talk to Ms. Bocanegra so she could be able to do the travel and everything. Okay, so we're moving on. Item 9, consent agenda.
I move that we approve item 9A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, and J.
I second.
There's a motion by Ms. Liendo, there's a second by Ms. Vela and Ms. Ramos. All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody against? Motion passes. Thank you. Item 10, discussion and possible action, approval of memorandum of understanding for the United Independent School District, bridging roads to independence, diplomas, graduations, and enrollment academy. Dr. Tijerina?
Good evening, board members, Dr. Ramirez, Rusty, and the rest of the guests that are here. Marisela Rodriguez Tijerina, Provost Vice President of Academic Affairs. I think these next two MOUs couldn't be a better transition to the evidence of the strong partnerships that we have with both big school districts that we have. The very first one, unfortunately, Ms. Cindy Ramirez couldn't be here tonight. She had a family emergency, but we will have the press conference tomorrow. But with me, I have Sandra Cortez as the Dean of Community Education. We're very excited about this program. This is a program that was introduced by Dr. Cruz, Dr. Ramirez, and of course, admin and faculty. What we want to do, just like what we have with the dual program, is give an opportunity for a recovery program for any student that unfortunately had to drop out from high school. So now it's going to be centralized here at Laredo College, particularly at the South Campus from ages 18 through 26. UISD will be the determining or the identify these students. They've been doing a lot of promotions on the interest of the survey to see who would be interested, what time, and so on and so forth. What would happen then is, depending on how many credits the student needs, if they're close to finishing, then we would co-enroll them into our continuing ed programs, or if they can qualify to our workforce. I know the question was asked, what programs? It would be primarily continuing education programs because they don't have a high school diploma yet. But I think with any pathway, this is an opportunity for them to be at the college setting in hopes that once they get that high school diploma, then they can start bridging into our academic workforce health science programs. So we're very excited. We actually just finished the MOU today, but if you look on page 2, just to highlight the program goals, it's again to re-engage students from 18 to 26, prepare students for the STAR EEOC testing when applicable to help meet their graduation requirements, provide career certifications that align with workforce needs and offer better employment opportunities, ensure student success by providing access to mental health service, social service, career counseling, and other support services, and foster students' transition to post-secondary education or directly into the workforce. So obviously the MOU outlines both UISD and LC's responsibilities. We are going to finalize the financial responsibilities by June 25th. So there will be an appendix attached to this. I think the idea is to have free facilities for UISD. We're looking at different avenues to support this program in that co-enrollment. I don't know if there's, we can go.
Any comment, Ms. Elizondo?
I would like to make a motion to approve the memorandum of understanding for United Independent School District, Bridging Roads to Independence, Diplomas Graduation, and Employment Bridge Academy.
There's a motion by Ms. Elizondo. Is there a second? Second by Ms. Benavides. The comment by Ms. Ramos.
Yes, for the record, I wanted to abstain from voting for this particular item since I am an employee of UISD. Thank you.
Okay, there's a motion. There's a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody against? No? There is an abstention by Ms. Ramos. Motion passes. Thank you. Item 10B, approval of the memorandum of understanding with Laredo Independent School District for the use of a school bus, Dr. Tijerina and Ms. Cortez.
So Marisela Rodriguez Tijerina, Provost Vice President of Academic Affairs. So here, what we're presenting is the MOU to borrow a school bus from LISD. So actually, thank you to Mr. Rangel, who's been helping us with this as well. If you all recall, we had the trekking pad built, and we invested a lot of good money to that for our truck driving program. In May, DPS, as part of our application, they will be here to facilitate a third-party examiner training for our faculty, for any employees of the college, pretty much to see our site, in hopes that we do get the final approval to be the examining site for the truck driving. But our school bus, the athletics school bus that we purchased, was not in compliance with what they're asking for. We literally need the yellow school bus with a certain dimensions. And so we called out to LISD, and we're finalizing this MOU. So what I'm asking today, our LC employees will be driving the bus. So thank you, LISD, for taking the risk, a good risk. But the impact that we will be doing to our students by becoming an official testing site is going to be an amazing thing. The only thing with this MOU is that I do ask to give Dr. Ramirez the continuation to negotiate the final terms. I think everything's clear with LISD, but I think they're still getting some things worked out. So I can't say that it's fully ready to be executed.
I do want to make a quick note. I do want to go ahead and thank you, Dr. Tijerina and Ms. Cortez, for the hard work that you do for these types of programs, because I've always said, there's kids that want to get educated with a degree, but then there's also kids that want to do something different, right? Be a bus driver, a welder, whatever. And I know Ms. Cortez is huge on making this happen. So thank you so much for the hard work that you all do with these types of programs. So, and just for the record, because I know I have Dr. Martinez over here, it is going through our legal counsel still. We went ahead and we did pass it through our safety department. We did have a Zoom meeting with LC and LISD to being able to cover, and in our part, we had the safety department and they had their safety department. So it was just trying to figure out how it was going to happen, who was going to be taking the risk. Was it going to be with our insurance, their insurance, and they're ironing out all that. So that's the reason why Dr. Tijerina is saying to just give the authority to Dr. Ramirez to be able, whenever it's finalized, so she can be able to approve. So with that, Ms. Ramos?
I make a motion to approve the memorandum of understanding with Laredo Independent School District for the use of a school bus, with a caveat to allow Dr. Ramirez to continue in the negotiating process.
There's
Second.
a motion. There's a motion by Ms. Ramos. There's a second by Ms. Liando. Judge Martinez, I will be abstaining for the same reason. I work for LISD, so I rather abstain. Ms. Newsom, do you want to abstain, or do you want to approve? Legal counsel is saying it's best that we abstain because we work for the school district. Yeah, it's nothing wrong. We're not, it's just, we rather just play it safe. So Ms. Newsom and myself will be abstaining. All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody against? No? Motion passes with 2 abstentions. Thank you.
If I may add.
Yes, ma'am.
Chair, President, Earlier, the Bridge Academy, we're having the same discussions with LISD and exploring how we can also mimic the same program. So I want to put on the record that, we're offering the same program to LISD as well, in case some of y'all are wondering. So no,
Okay.
definitely, we're including them as well in this conversation.
Thank you, Dr. Tejeda, and thank you, Ms. Cortez. Dr. Ramirez?
And I think the reason the UISD one came up first is because they came to us first. And Dr. Cruz approached me and we were able to get that ball rolling right away. If not, we would have done them at the same time. So, but LISD will be coming back to us as well with that request, and we're in the process of trying to iron out the contract with them as well. And hopefully we'll be back here soon with that MOU.
Thank you, Dr. Tejeda. Item 11A. Dr. Ramirez, sorry. Item 11A, Campus Police Personnel and Travel Report, Dr. Ramirez, and 11B, President Remarks, Dr. Ramirez.
Thank you. Just to let you all know, in your board packets are our police reports, as always. And I do want to make special note of all of the upcoming events that are going to be happening on our campus. As you all know, we're in the throes of starting our final exams, as Lindsay quickly pointed out. And soon we'll be having our pinning ceremonies prior to our graduation ceremonies. And there is quite a bit going on campus. We have the Camilo Prada graduation as well for our baby Palominos, and which is always a fun day. And we have the Law Enforcement Academy graduation coming up as well. And so please mark your calendars for that and join us if you can. I think it is important for our graduates to get to see you. It has been an incredible academic year. And as we get close to the end of the academic year for this spring semester, anyway, we're really excited about all of the improvements that are being made on campus, certainly to our building and deferred maintenance, because there's been so much to do in such little time. I do want to commend faculty as they get ready to give their final exams, and wish them the very best. To our students, the best of luck on their final exams as well. We know that for many of our students, this will be the end of their career here with us. And for some, they're joining our bachelor's degrees program. So we're really proud of the success we're having in our ADN and BSN program, and more to come with that. And so we're excited about the future and our future bachelor's degrees. In addition, there are quite a few end of the year programs happening in and around the community. And all of you have been invited to many of these events. Certainly we have the Chamber of Commerce School Bell Awards coming up, which is Thursday, May 1st. It's also the same night as the STARS event. And we do get scholarship money from the STARS Foundation, which is LNF. And so please let me know if you're able to attend any one of those events. We want to have a good turnout on behalf of Laredo College. Also, there are the summer registration for fall is huge, and we're going to start our orientation program over the summer to try to bring students in sooner rather than later, and so that we keep in touch with them over the summer and they don't get discouraged and not show up on the first day of school in the fall. And so a lot of the things that we do over the summer are critical to our enrollment and completion at the end of the day. I do want to add that our requests to the state legislature for some startup funding for our new programs is still in the budget. As of yesterday, the last I heard, all of our requests are still in the budget. It hasn't been finalized and there hasn't been final approval, but it is at conference committee. So the state legislature should be passing probably a final budget bill towards the end of May. And keeping our fingers crossed, we should have financial support for the startup of some new programs next year.
The amount?
$1.7 million is what we requested as startup money. It's one-time money for us to start up some new programs, and I'll keep you posted on that. There are also lots and lots of bills that pertain to community colleges, most specifically that pertain to us. Tax bills alone, I think there were 128 bills filed that related to taxing entities like ours and restrictions on how we could tax or what we could tax and what exemptions needed to be added or not added. And so all of those are still in the throes. No decisions have been made, but know that we are keeping tabs on that. It is a challenge to keep tabs of everything that's happening at the state legislature right now as it comes closer to the end of the state legislature. The last day of the legislature will be June, I believe it's June 3rd. That's when the gavel will fall, and by then we have to have a new budget. We do have June 7th scheduled for our budget workshop for the board, so please mark your calendars. Mr. Vela and his team and I are already working on the new budget for the new academic year and trying to plan and prepare for all of the what-ifs. And so with that, Mr. President, trustees, I want to thank you again for the opportunity to serve and to thank everyone for another incredible semester.
Thank you, Dr. Ramirez. Yes, just to note, we will be having a budget meeting June 7th, which I believe it's a Saturday. So we're not planning on having a regular board meeting that month. So just food for thought on that, but hopefully everybody could make it. It's pretty much a very important meeting to talk about budget, and out of respect to staff on their hard work trying to do a budget, so we could hear them out. Item 12, the upcoming events, Tuesday, May 6th, 2025, the ADN pinning ceremony is at 10 a.m. at the MFA. Tuesday, May 6th, Allied Health pinning ceremony, 1 p.m. at the MFA. Friday, May 9th, LC graduation, 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. at the Sames Auto Arena. Monday, May 26th, Memorial Day, the college will be closed.
Correct.
So just note that. Next meeting date, as of right now, is Tuesday, May 29th. Thursday, May 29th at 6 p.m. will be our regular board meeting. And like we said, Saturday, June 7th will be the budget workshop. Dr. Ramirez?
Lastly, I do want to thank the board for moving the board meeting to today. Our board meeting was scheduled for last Thursday, but as you all know, the Imaginarium did have their event, their annual gala, and they did honor Laredo College. And so Mr. Rangel was there, and he and I were accepted the award on behalf of all of you and all of the work that you do. So our thanks to the Imaginarium for recognizing Laredo College that night.
Yes. Okay, just food for thought. Ms. Bocanera needs these back. Please don't take them with you. With that being said, item 14, I motion to adjourn. Is there a motion? There's a motion by Ms. Vela. There's a second by Ms. Liendo. All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody against? No? Motion passes, and it is exactly 7:54. I try to do it before 7:30, but better than 10:30. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the hard work.